C. How to edit your invite document. So there's 3 components to this particular document, and they are all found over here in this little column that is your layers. As I was explaining before, layers are like transparent sheets of paper that go on top of each other to create the entire document. So you have these 3 layers, which you can see the transform controls are moving around when I select them, are your line layers. And right now I'm in pointer mode, which is that top selection right here. Your other element that acts pretty much like the lines is this picture element, and when I'm in my pointer control, I can come and I can move and I can adjust this photo around like that. Once you've adjusted, what you want to do is you want to hit enter so that transform takes effect. Text mode is this T right here. I'm going to get in text mode, and from here I can come and I can edit these guys as long as I'm on the right text layer. So for instance, if I'm in this text layer right here, I can't edit this address down here until I come and I find that text layer, in which I'm trying to find the address layer, which is right here.
Great, let's change to Studio 421.
Oh, 421, great, there we are. You'll also notice that when you're in text mode, up here, a font kind of control bar appears. When you're not in text mode, obviously the selections for transform is up here. I'm going to go back in text mode and just point out that here's your fonts, regular, condensed, all that kind of good stuff, your point, justification, and all that fun stuff. If you want to move a text layer around, go back into point mode, and from here you can either pick this up with your mouse and move it around, or I'm going to drop it right there. You can move it around with your pointers, which gives you it's a little slower, but it also gives you a little bit more precision in how you move things around.
Do you want questions now or after the
Go
video?
for it.
What if I want to put text on top of the image and then I want the words to appear white so that they appear? Let's put some text here.
So in fact, let's do this right here. So Dana Major New Work, we're going to go ahead and move that on top of our picture. But first, I'm going to go into text mode. Come here, I'm going to select everything. And see up here we have all this fun stuff. I also have colors. So I'm going to dump that in white, and it looks like it's disappeared, but it's actually still there. Let me go up to pointer, and take this mode, and move it down here. Now see, it looks like it's disappeared. The reason for that is it's actually currently behind my picture. You notice here's your picture layer right here, and this looks like it's 3 layers underneath. From here, I'm going to take this layer, and I'm going to move it on top of my picture. And there it comes.
Okay.
So whenever you think, just realize that they're all just layers that you're kind of moving those sheets of paper, if that analogy makes any sense to you. From here I can, maybe I want to center it over here. Maybe that looks better to my eye. However you want to do that.
And if I wanted the announcement to appear as one large photograph with text overlaid on top, I would just make it really big and make my text appear on top of it, right?
Absolutely. Great. For now, I'm going to go ahead and restore. So I'm going to just step backwards a couple of times. Something you'll notice in Photoshop, it has this weird thing where if you can Control Z, it will only do one step. You cannot continually Command Z. You have to come up here, edit, and step backwards if you want to do multiple steps backwards.
Gotcha. Does it forget all the steps that you stepped backwards past, or can you get back to them if you want them?
For the most part, I would say I've definitely tried to step backwards like 20 times before, and at a certain point it just stops remembering. But it will take a number of step backs for sure.
Okay.
I think the major thing that we haven't gone over is saving. So what we want to do is we want to go File, Save As, and we always want to save a Photoshop file, which has an ending of PSD. That is saving our layers. So the next month when we want to use this template again, we have something we can come back and edit. When we're ready to put it onto the internet, anything like that, we can come down and save it as a JPEG or even as a PDF. JPEG's better for your website and for Facebook, things like that.
Mhm.
So that's how we save. Just remember, you always want at least 2 versions, probably a JPEG and a PSD. PSD is your most important. One other thing I want to go over is sizing. We've developed this at a pretty large resolution size for everything to be nice and crisp. So up here we have image size, and you'll notice that our resolution is at 300. If that seems too big to put onto the internet, if like you save it as a JPEG and it's like, we're too big, you can come and either adjust resolution size. A pretty normal one is 72, or we can come up here and maybe we want to adjust pixels. So there's 2 different ways to go about that. And you can see here was 2.8M, and if we reduce the pixel size, it's going to be 2300K.
Nice.
So that's how that.
So this is the size that will work on my website, adding it to my news section.
It should, yeah.
Great.
I think that's how we do it all. Let's go ahead and stop screen.